to the black community, why are y'all so racist against whites? Whites are the ones that freed y'all. The Republicans freed y'all. Y'all keep saying that the Civil War was over slavery, and it wasn't. But if it was, like y'all keep crying about, what about the reparations for the soldiers, the Union soldiers that died to help free y'all? What about them? They get nothing. They get no statues in your neighborhoods to celebrate the Union soldier. No, you won't do that. You'll stick a fucking statue of Martin Luther King, a woman beater, and a drunk, and a lawbreaker in your neighborhoods, and name roads after him. There's not one road named after a Union soldier or a general. Explain that in the hood or anywhere else. You black people want to be white so bad with your hair, everything about you. You're just super jealous of white people. And I'm Puerto Rican, and I see it clear as day. Y'all try to look like him with the fake hair. It's ridiculous. The nails. But y'all claim y'all built America and you've done this and you've done that. Then where is that at today? Because all I see is y'all chimping out all over the fucking place. You can't go to the beach on spring break without shots being fired and fights breaking out everywhere. You know, I'm tired of the whites having to babysit y'all and comfort y'all. When in fact, you hate whiteys. You hate Democrat whites and Republican whites. It don't matter. All you see is skin color. And I've been seeing dozens and dozens of posts on here of these motherfucking blacks taking up for Carmelo, the man who stabbed that white kid in the heart. Y'all are taking up for him and saying it was justified. Why can't y'all just be normal and call stuff as you see it, the truth, and don't look at skin color? And like I heard before, if Kamalo, whatever his fucking name is, if he had stabbed another black guy, you would never hear a word about it because they don't give a fuck. But as soon as you bring Whitey into the picture, oh, it's Whitey, white supremacists, Nazis. Fucking bullshit. If you don't like it here because the whites made this land and created it, if you don't like it, you can hightail it back to Africa and see how things go there. You'll be begging to come back. You have no rights there. So black community, stop being ungrateful. Stop being fucking racist, but you're not, because you're so jealous of Whitey. Peace out.
In 35 years, when you same idiots realize that Mexicans and Hispanics are a problem too, this will be a majority brown country. Even more than it already is. It's practically a majority brown country as it is. The reason why I believe that Hispanics are more of a threat than black people is because I am going on the numbers. Black people are 14% of the population. They don't have that many children. They abort their children. They kill each other in gang violence, etc. And so that is a self-regulating problem. They will always remain around 20% of the around 14% of the population. Hispanics, on the other hand, millions of them are in this country. The numbers on the book say it's 20% of the population are Hispanic. I believe it's probably closer to 30 to 35%. That is just the ones that are just here. They are all having at least 4 children per family. They are not having the abortions the black people are having, and as mass deportations are off the table, more of them are going to be flooding into the country. So that means that is a problem, that is a population that is booming. The issue here is not about crime stats. The issue here is about ethnic, racial replacement. If you want to live in a brown country, I encourage you to get a pickup truck, go from California and drive all the way through Mexico and see how far you get. I guarantee you, like all the surfers who do that, you will get in that pickup truck and within a few hours you will have been carjacked and probably murdered by the cartel. Okay? This is not about, oh, I saw some black people commit more crime. Yes, black people are not replacing you. Hispanics are. That is the point, dummies. It took you people 35 years to realize that black people were a problem. In 35 years, Mexicans will be such a problem that this will no longer be a white country, and you will be assimilating, you white people will be assimilating into Hispanic culture. They won't be assimilating into our culture, you'll be assimilating to their culture because this will be a brown country. I don't want to live in a brown country, I want to live in a white country.
Y'all listen to this white supremacist right quick.
Hey, tap that comment, go back to the original video, you will understand. Now that is a comment on the race war video where I begged people to stop trying to push for a race war that you can't win, and that's the response I get. Why the fuck y'all always want to poke the bear? Like, do you realize we lost 600,000 plus white people freeing your people? What the fuck you think's gonna happen if you come after our people?
Hold on, let me go in on this white boy right quick. First of all, it's your people always talking about a race war. Secondly, we've been in a race war. We just haven't been responding properly. Thirdly, it's not about winning or losing. It's about causing the permanent destabilization of America. Let that sink in. Fourthly, your people didn't die trying to free us. Your people died trying to save the damn Union, and the other people died trying to uphold white supremacy. Lincoln said if he could have saved the Union without freeing the slaves, he would have done so. So, homeboy, you either lying or you don't know American history. The South was about to move away from the North because they was charging them, paying too many taxes. They had already had another route that was going to remove the raw goods. They already had back in front of French. You either don't know American history or you just straight up lying. But go on.
You come after our people. Not the brightest. Also, key fact here, you are outmanned, outgunned, and outtrained. It's time to put your fucking pride away. You are literally writing checks your ass can't.
He said we're outgunned and outmanned. Let me tell you something. You're outmanned in all these urban cities. Y'all mostly reside in rural and suburban areas. Do you realize how vulnerable white people will be in all these major cities? These democratic cities, they would be slaughtered. So stop it, man. And another thing, man, don't scare tactics don't work. We seen people like y'all, how y'all act under pressure, man. So all that tough talk, man, everybody tough until they get hit in their damn mouth. And like I said, man, people like you, I could die with pride, knowing that I get to take a white supremacist out. See, you be dying to uphold white supremacy. I'd be dying for freedom, justice, equality, love, peace, and happiness, food, clothing, and shelter. So let that sink.
To shoot a target at 300 meters with hard sights, one shot, one kill. And see, you're taught to hold down the trigger, unload a 30-round mag until some poor child 3 blocks over gets hit. We ain't the fucking same. And honestly, I really don't see how you find the time to sit here and try to start a race war with white people when you're too busy killing your own fucking people every day.
How dare you trying to talk about black people killing and said, y'all need to worry about these two things. Your birth rate. Your death rate is higher than your birth rate. Y'all account for 77.7% of all the deaths here in America. And your birth rate is just at 53%. And another thing, y'all are dying at an alarming rate from the fentanyl opioid violence. Y'all deaths are 2.5 times higher than our homicide rate. Just in 2023, y'all had over 67,000 white people who died from fentanyl opioid violence. So when we talk about violence, we die from gunshots and y'all dying from overdose violence. So death is death. You talk all that stuff because you feel like and you think that you're going to have the local PDs and the military to back out. The military can't be everywhere. There's over 45 to 48 million foundational black Americans here in the wilderness of North America, and we run all the major cities, so they wouldn't be able to contain. And if they would try to remove some of these soldiers abroad, that would make all they posts internationally vulnerable from the foreign enemies. And another thing, you got to realize something. If a race war pop off, I want you to factor this in. All the sleeper cells who've been waiting on this, guess what they're going to attack? The two things they're going to attack the sleeper cells: the power grids and our water supplies. So I want you to factor that in, man. You just be talking and you think that all that blah, blah, blah means something to us, man. We don't care about winning or losing. It's about causing the permanent destabilization of America. We're all going to either be equally comfortable or equally uncomfortable. You decide.
Who gave you niggas free speech? The white man. Who took the shackles off your feet? The white man. Who showed you niggas how to ball? The white man. Who never ever think small? The white man. Who put the planet on the map? The white man. Who ain't never got a cap? The white man. Who said sail and conquer lands? They white man. You call them when you need a hand. The white man. Y'all be saying that they evil, dog, but I don't really see it. All I see is a champion, standing undefeated. Y'all be acting like you hate them, I don't think you really mean it. Cause everything you see them do, you niggas copy and repeat it. I just think you niggas jealous cause you really wanna be it. So all that hating, dog, you can really keep it. I know your secret. Who gave you niggas free speech? The white man. Who took the shackles off your feet? The white man. Who showed you niggas how to ball? The white man. Who never ever thinking small? The white man. Who put the planet on the map? The white man. Who ain't never got a cap? The white man. Who said sail and conquer lands? They white man. You call them when you need a hand. The white man.
When white people chimp out, it looks like ubiquitous domination. A level of conquest that other people could never fucking conceive. Men are afraid of their own power. When black people chimp out, it looks like nihilistic gang violence and drive-by shootings. When brown people chimp out, it looks like Allah Akbar and it looks like cartels. When white people chimp out, it looks like ubiquitous domination. A level of conquest that other people could never fucking conceive of.
Where's the line? Where's the motherfucking line? Y'all want to keep poking a sleeping giant, but when this motherfucker awake and starts stepping, it's over. It's over. They foot stay on your neck for centuries. Fucking millennium. And you think this what you want? That's what you want? The motherfuckers in Africa fight back and forth for fucking decades. The motherfuckers in the Middle East back and forth for decades. But don't pull the white man into that shit. Because it's over. You getting crushed. We flipped the whole fucking board over, nigga. And this is why I advocate for them, because maybe it's a softer blow coming from me. Coming from somebody that you can relate to, that look like you. Bro, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. History haven't showed you that, bro. You don't have the tactics, you don't have the intellect, you don't have the cohesion, you don't have the weaponry. These folks whooping your ass with mind games. They're whooping your ass with mind games. Come on, bro. And you act like you want to get physical? Bro, these folks, look, stop it. Stop the cut. Get in line. Build your life. Build your community. Stop with the bullshit, bro. You can't guilt these people are being as kind as they possibly can. They're giving you an opportunity. What do you want? You're not gonna punk these people, bro. That's what Trump represents. Hey, it's over. You see, when a real white man stand up, hey, it's over. It's over. They start decimating the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? Other white people, which is really white bitches, they start decimating them. But don't make it get physical, bro. That's not what you want. Get for real.
Sure. There's literally not a fucking demographic that likes these motherfuckers. Lazy, rude, obnoxious, arrogant motherfuckers. Nobody likes them.
Only black people are at the point where they will feel sorry for the criminal and the murderer more than the actual person who's not with us anymore. The actual victim, they don't care about. Everyone feels sorry for this little monster. I never felt comfortable around you niggas. That's why I got the hell away from y'all. Y'all think this is a game, like, oh, you're just saying this for likes and clicks. No, I'm not even near you niggas. My kids don't go to school with you niggas. This ain't for likes. This is for real. Like growing up, when my friends would come over, hey, my dad would check them at the door. Listen, man, you gotta take that do-rag off. This do-rag ain't allowed here. My dad didn't like do-rags. Because he watches the news. He see who's doing the killing. Take that do-rag off before you come over. And that's all. Like, and you know, when I was a kid, I didn't understand. I'm like, why is dad like this? What's going on with dad, Ma? Why is he tripping? Why is he embarrassing me? My mom sat me down and told me a story. Listen, your dad's seen a lot of things. What do you mean, Ma? What happened? You know, I never told you this, and don't tell your father I told you, but when we were young, you know, we used to party at your dad's house, you know, when we were 16, and his brother had just come home from the military. His brother was older, you know, your father looked up to him. He was kind of the protector of the home. Everybody loved him. He was just a great guy. Just came home from the military. You know, and they threw a party for him. Celebrating, everybody celebrating downstairs. What happens? A knock on the door. My father's brother goes up the stairs, opens the door. What is it? A bunch of monsters. You know, do-rag wearing monsters. Yo, we want to come to the party. My father's brother tells him, no, you're not allowed. Nobody else is allowed. We're going to just keep having this party and you guys are going to leave. What do they do? Oh yeah? Put a gun to his head, shoot him in the head, he fall down the stairs, dies in front of my dad. My dad is traumatized by y'all. From that moment, man, he just didn't want nothing to do with you. He stayed in Brooklyn a little longer, seen more things happen, and then he got to them books. Yo, I gotta get out of here. I cannot raise a family here. It's not safe. It's a reason why people want to get away from y'all. You have an animalistic monster mentality. Nobody wants to be around. Shoot first, ask questions later. That's how y'all move. Y'all don't even fight no more. Ain't no hands, one-on-ones. Y'all just go straight to killing. Obviously, it's not all black people. There's a lot of good black people out here. There's a lot of monsters as well. And it's not hard to tell who's who. And that is exactly why Austin Metcalf didn't want that boy around. And he was right.
My name is Kylie, and today I'm going to be exposing another racist person, part 9. Today we have a woman who is from Idaho, and she likes to pretty continuously say the N-word in songs. Allegedly, she has also said it in other instances, but I'll play the video for you right now.
I don't want your nigga, he needy, ain't real good at that.
The problem that I'm having here is that I specifically don't want to name her because she already has a bit of a following and makes her money through OF, which nothing wrong with that. Problem is that if I drop her link, she's going to just get a bunch of free promotional material. So rather than doing that, I would like to simply make this a point to make an educational video about how if you sing the N-word without regard and you continue to say it, that is still sincerely a problem. And no white person should be saying it just because of the incredibly dehumanizing and disgusting history behind the word. Also notice how it's always the people who support Trump that say, I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, or purple. Literally look at her apology video online.
I do not give a shit what fucking color you are. Brown, orange, yellow, green, white, black.
Literally just doubles down and insists she's not racist, so I don't imagine she's gonna learn anything, but I would want to make this an example of what not to do. Bye, guys.
See, I consider myself to be a Christian woman. And I'm not perfect by any means. I sin just like everybody else do. Because the level of hate that I have for niggas, that alone, I believe that it will send me straight to hell. Because it's cases like Carmelo Anthony's that really truly send me into a nigga hating frenzy. The mindset of you niggas truly need to be studied. And see, something told me not to react initially because a lot of things about this case just off the rip didn't even sound right. And one thing about our people, we are just so emotional. The best way to get us stirred up is to make it about race because we are the biggest racists. And with that, we play the victim mentality card. Something always has to happen for us to misbehave, and it's because we're black. Nothing just happens to supersede that. All the facts that we can literally just shove in your face will go literally out of the window because you were violated, because you were black. See, I truly believe that boy had all the intentions on killing somebody that day. Because here's the thing, you are a whole track star. You know how things are ran and how things go. But yet you chose to go to the opposing team's side with a backpack and a weapon. Why are you there with a backpack and a weapon? Now, these folks asked you 15 times to leave from their side and you refuse to go. Instead, you make a threat saying basically, fuck around and find out. And you mean to tell me that nothing about that was premeditated? You was ready to use whatever you had in that book bag. Even with this boy shoving you. You could have just beat his ass or stuck him, something. But no, you wanted to kill. Because you reached inside that book bag and you stuck this boy in the chest. There was too many opportunities for him to turn around and walk away from the situation. But no, he really wanted to harm someone. And all because this boy pushed you, you felt like it was an opportunity for you to kill somebody. Now you want to claim self-defense. And you dumbass niggas is sitting up here saying that a boy, a human being, was worth losing his life over a push. See, in black culture, self-control is really scarce. That we see it every day. Niggas is fighting in all types of places. Niggas fighting churches. Niggas is fighting on fairgrounds. Niggas fighting everywhere because they don't have self-control. Nothing about that situation at all is screaming self-defense. It screams intent. He wanted to do it. As usual, you niggas like to always pull that race card. What the hell does black have to do with anything? He committed a crime. And the kicker about it all, they had 6 witnesses. And 4 Out of 6 of them were black, and they testified against Carmelo Anthony. They said that he was the aggressor. And you don't hear no black people talking about that. And see, that's the problem. Y'all like to pick and choose shit that fit that ghetto ass rhetoric. When the facts and when the truth come out, y'all never have anything else to say. I'm sorry, but your boy is cooked, toast, burnt. You niggas stay looking at the end result, but never look at how we got there. If he did not go over there, sitting on the opposing team side, y'all realize none of this would have happened. But like I said, y'all always picking and choosing whatever fits your narrative. And y'all, and this is why I say black supremacy is a thing. Y'all have a thing with this whole black power shit because y'all mad that he has an all-white jewelry. Like, what make y'all think that if a black person was gonna be on the jewelry, what, he was gonna automatically get a pass? Cause Let Me would have been on that jewelry, baby. Guilty. Guilty. It's the audacity of y'all thinking that y'all own black people in every which way. To me, that is really, it's really freakishly mind-blowing. And just to put it out there as well, this just goes to show you that no matter whether, because he comes from a 2-parent household in McKinney, Texas, so this is a pretty nice area. Demons are demons. Okay, you don't have to be in the hood just to be a demon. If it's in you, it's in you. He wanted to be a demon. He performed an act, and boom, here we are. But you niggas really irk me in every inch of my soul, using that as an excuse to get away with everything. You guys never ever hold yourselves accountable to nothing. And then at the same time, you have people out here in the world thinking that me, other black people are like you niggas. That shit makes me so angry. And that's why I have to pray, because I'm telling you, the hate that I have, I need to try to find some love. I need to dig deep in my soul and get on my knees and pray and find some love in my heart for you niggas, because it's just, I just don't have any.
We are back with another video. This time we're going to be dealing with these racial tension, or with this racial tension. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. This video is entitled Race War Prophecies. Okay? Race War Prophecies. And I really don't like to, touch on this too much. I remember a while back, a few years back, Apostle Tahar said, and I've said to you brothers and sisters now, the elect of the Lord is not going to be involved in any race wars, okay? If some racial uprisings or some shit happens, we're not going to be a part of it. Because the elect of the Lord, you got a whole different purpose, okay? We're spiritual. We waiting on the Lord to return, and he's going to destroy our enemies for us. But that does not mean that there won't be some type of racial uprisings, right? Because you can already see it brewing. A lot of different things happening, and some of it being pushed up by the media. Some of this stuff is being done on purpose to make people, lash out, see if they can make Jake respond. Jacob meaning who? Jacob, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But there's all types of fractures and, lack of unity even among the tribes. But that's all by design by the Heavenly Father. Now, the object of everyone's hatred seems to be so-called black people. Okay, but at the end of the day, the so-called black people are tired of all y'all shit too. We tired of the white man shit. We tired of these fucking, everybody. But all the races are intolerable of each other. And even inside the so-called black people, regular black people are tired of niggas and YNs. So everything is shaping up to be a really explosive. But at the end of the day, the Heavenly Father is going to make the Israelites be, all nations are the enemies of the Israelites, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the only people going to make it out of here alive are the elect of the Israelites. So I put together a collage, and before I knew it, this thing, I just kept running the videos. Before I knew it, this thing is over 20 minutes long, the intro alone. So my apologies for that. But all these people got something to say. The so-called white girl on the end, she said she's against the brown people. She said the brown people going to take over the world. And you can see she ain't nothing but a bullshit ass bullshit ass racist, says she don't want to live in a brown country. She want to live in a white country, right? You got Jake in the middle going back and forth with some other devil who talking about a race war and how impossible it is that we can win the race war. And then the so-called black man said we don't want to win it. All we want to do is whatever he said, but he's ignorant. He doesn't understand what's going on. See, Jake think you're going to rise up with your guns. The Lord already said your weapons are not going to deliver you. You so-called Negroes in this world that think that you're going to deliver yourself by bloodshed and violence, it's not going to happen that way. You're not going, well, let me say this way, you're not going to deliver yourselves. You think you're going to just do it on your own because your training or your prowess. No, it's not going to happen. The only way out of this thing is the Heavenly Father and the Son of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Then you got this coon in the middle, this dude, well, I can't even call him that. He's a conquistador blood. That other dude in the blue shirt, the Puerto Rican, that's talking about black people are racist against white people, and we jealous of them, and they freed us. Nigga, they enslaved us. So really, they just let us go. They didn't free us. Like, you act like somebody else took us into slavery, and the white man came out of nowhere and freed us. They're the same motherfuckers that enslaved us. Yo, dumb ass, you a conquistador. You're not Boricua. You're not a Taino blood. You a conquistador blood, but you're probably an Edomite. You ain't no you are a Puerto Rican. You're not an Israelite. You an Edomite. You got the spirit of Esau. Now the chick on the end, she was the last one in the video. She was just talking about how much she tired of niggas, and she made a lot of good points. But at the end of the day, hey, if you don't repent, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you ain't gonna make it out of here alive, no matter how many good points you make. And there's other people in the video. You had the dude with the cowboy hat. He talked about how his dad didn't like niggas, right? This brother right here. And I get it. His dad didn't like do-rags in the house, and his own brother was shot in the head. Yeah, black people are tired of fucking YNs and niggas. You program monkeys, we tired of your ass. You gotta go. But don't worry. And then, of course, this dude right here, he, I put him in one of the videos I did the other day. He got a hatred for so-called black people, but that's all right. He gonna find out soon. Then this dude here got self-hate, wearing that damn MAGA hat, and then made a song talking about the white man. The white man, your damn superhero, nigga. The only reason that devil was able to do all that shit, conquer lands and all that, because the Heavenly Father, it was his prophecy. Somebody had to be the ruler of the world, right? You ain't saying about the Babylonians. They did great things. The Persians and the Medes, the Egyptians, they all did great things. Your song is about the white man. That nigga want to be white so bad. You're going to find out the hard way, Jake. You're going to find out the hard way. So all this talk is really just shaping up for a gigantic, the R word. Let's get into some of the prophecies now. Because 2nd Esdras calls 2nd Esdras 15, right? This is verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, which is spiritual Egypt, which is America. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. This is what we keep talking about. The Lord gonna save us, the elect. That's the mighty hand and the stretched out arm. And the Lord gonna hit this place with plagues. But the final plague is the nuclear warheads. He's gonna destroy this place. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful constellation. And that fearful constellation is what? Nuclear warheads coming out of the heavens. But before that, the Lord gonna bring plagues. Famine is one of them, right? Tribulation of all sorts. Verse 14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Everybody gonna suffer. The Lord's gonna bring severe punishment on the earth, all over the world. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. Listen, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. If one people stand up to fight against another people, what is that? Race war. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, weapons. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. And the one people fighting against another people, that's also one country against another country. The Americans versus whoever. The Chinese, or the Chinese versus whoever. You know, Americans versus the Russians. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law, right? There could be potentially neighborhood watches set up, all kinds of shit. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's going to trickle down into races. When food get tight, do you really believe that if so-called white people in charge in your neighborhood, you live there, and you're not white, do you think that they're going to give you some food with a brown face or a so-called black face? Vice versa. If black people got food, their neighborhood food is tight, somebody white come up the street, you think they're going to give you some food? Or Chinese or whatever it be. Races are already intolerable of one another. That whole thing with the Chinese dude, Rick Chow and Cyrus Cormac. Then you got this thing with Carmelo Anthony and Austin, whatever his name. I can't remember Salakia, whatever. But some of that stuff is being sensationalized and blown out of proportion, and they keeping facts back so you can't make, clear decisions or you can't judge the matter correctly. At the end of the day, you got to remember when judgment happens on individuals, keep that in the forefront of your mind. The Lord brought that judgment. Ain't nobody died being innocent. That whole thing, there's some stuff that everybody could have did better. In every situation when the Jake got shot in the back, he should have, I ain't trying to talk down, but do something different. In my mind, I'm like, why you ain't just stop it? When the lady was saying you stole something, why you ain't just stop and tell the lady to check you? Okay, look, I don't got nothing. Make sure the people understand you don't got nothing. Don't just run out the store. The lady accusing you of stealing, then your ass running up the street. I don't really get it. I ain't blaming it on him. His death is, it's judgment at the end of the day. And on the other hand, you shouldn't have shot nobody in the back over no damn water. Right? But shit happens. Shit be going wrong. And then the other thing is that other dude that stabbed the boy, I'm not going to sit here and defend you because you so-called black. You could have did 100 other things other than stab that dude in the chest. As soon as the beef came up, you supposed to dip. And the way that lady was telling it, you ain't had no business being over there on that side with them people. Why you over there with the opposing team in they space? Why you doing that? And what the fuck you got a long, sharp knife in your bag for? Why you got that? What's up? So, there's all kinds of shit that can be done different. But like the old saying goes, hindsight is 20/20, right? You can see shit perfectly after it's happened already. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And some of the punishment the Lord is going to do, he going to bring enemies against one another to judge them both. He says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the hardness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall turn every man turn to his own people. You hear that? Let's read it again. And it shall be as a chased roe. What is that? A deer, roebuck. And as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. You see that? So it's talking about people gonna get among themselves. You're gonna turn to your own people, right? It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So if you, example, so-called in a black neighborhood, right? If you got them little mixed relationships, that might not be the best thing to do. People gonna go, wow. Same thing with the white community. You got them mixed relationships. A white girl got a black dude there, and white dudes find you. What they gonna do? Vice versa on the other side. You know, with all other nations, all the other races, you might have them incidents where nobody might not do shit, but shit gonna get real desperate and severe and austere. And the scriptures are always right. Right? It says their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. There you go. I mean, you don't need me to spell that out. You know what ravish means. If you don't, look it up. This is Zechariah 9:12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow with Ephraim. So Judah is the southern kingdom. Ephraim is the leader of the northern kingdom. That's the Israelites. And raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, the Edomites, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. You see that? So eventually shit gonna come to head. Yeah, when the spiritual power come, that'll be when the elect get involved. After the Lord come, it's gonna be all kind of race war, because what we gonna do? We're gonna dominate all the nations and we're gonna take them into slavery. But before that, we do see that somewhere the Most High is gonna have Jacob do some damage. Even the ones that's unconverted, them unconverted Jakes, they gonna go wild, man. A lot of them gonna get killed up, but it's gonna be some terrible race war. You see it right there. The sons of Zion, the Israelites, versus the sons of Greece, which are the Edomites. It's gonna be before the Lord comes and after. The ones before, they're gonna get destroyed pretty much. Afterwards, Israel gonna dominate. That's when they elect with the Lord. It says, and the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning, and the Lord power shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones. And they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls, and as the corners of the altar. And the Lord their power shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon the land. That's when the Israelites are in their power, when we get saved. Now let's get teareth in pieces. And there's other scriptures we could get, but I'm not gonna have time to go to them all. I can't remember, man. Among the Gentiles. With no. Oh man, can't remember what his scripture is. It's in Micah somewhere. Let me just type in the word vessel. I know it's gonna be a lot of entries for this word vessel. There's one particular I want out of Micah. Damn it. And you can see this racial tension, it's just heating up. But the best thing brothers and sisters can do, just steer clear of that shit. Anything racial come up, just try to avoid that shit as best you can. Damn. Teareth in pieces. Yeah, Micah 5 and verse 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day. Well, we can stop right there. There's more we can read, but that's really going to say the remnant of Jacob. So that's the elect. The elect going to get that spiritual power eventually, and they're going to do damage. Okay? They're going to do some severe damage. This is Ezekiel 25. And I'm just going to read this verse. I'll read verse 12. Thus saith the Lord of power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking revenge, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the Most High gonna raise up Jake. Like I said, both, you know, the 2/3 gonna go crazy. There's gonna be a lot of shit going on with that. But, you know, a lot of them gonna get judged at that time. But when the real beatdown comes, when Jacob get that spiritual power, you know, the Israelites, hey, that's when the Lord and the angels and all that, we gonna see. And Edom gonna get a royal beatdown. But for now, just continue to watch, you know, watch as well as pray. All right. And then you just got to try to avoid this stuff best you can. Because, like I said, the elect are going to be involved in no race war, you know, prior to the Lord coming back. All right. We'll see you soon with another lesson, Lord willing. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwada. Shalom.